Morning light spilled gently across the small neighborhood park, turning the dew on the grasses into tiny sparks of silver. Birds fluttered between the trees, shaking their wings as if waking the day itself. At the edge of the park, 3 children stood in a loose circle, their faces filled with excitement and nervous energy. A large cardboard box lay on the ground between them, slightly crushed at the corners but still strong enough to fuel their imagination. To anyone passing by, it was just a box. To them, it was the beginning of something big. Ian crouched down and pressed his palm against the cardboard, as if testing its strength. "This is it," he said, his voice low but confident. "If we can turn this into something useful, we can win the challenge." His eyes shone with determination. He was the kind of kid who liked plans, even if they were made up on the spot. Sarah adjusted the ribbon in her hair and looked around the park, already imagining the possibilities. "We don't just build," SH said thoughtfully. "We tell a story with it. Something that makes people stop and look." SH always believed that feelings mattered just as much as effort. Little Hamza, the youngest, kicked a pebble and smiled. "I just want it to be fun," he said. "And maybe a little bit magical." He picked up a stick and waved it like a wand, making sound effects with his mouth. They began working without another word. I unfolded the box carefully, reinforcing the sides by bending the cardboard inward. His fingers moved fast, practiced from countless school projects. Sarah tore smaller pieces from the flaps, shaping windows and doors, humming softly as SH worked. Hamza gathered leaves, twigs, and scraps of colored paper that had blown into the park, proudly adding them to a growing pile of decorations. As the sun climbed higher, the cardboard slowly transformed. What started as a plain box now stood upright like a tiny house. Its windows were uneven, its door slightly crooked, but it had character. Sarah used a marker to draw flowers climbing up the sides, while Hamza stuck leaves along the roof to make it look like it belonged in a forest. Ian stepped back, wiping sweat from his forehead, and for the first time allowed himself a smile. Just then, a gust of wind swept through the park. The cardboard house shook, leaning dangerously to one side. Hamza gasped. "It is going to fall." Without thinking, all 3 rushed forward. Ian held the wall steady, Sarah pressed down on the roof, and Hamza braced the base with his small hands. For a moment, they stayed frozen, hearts pounding, listening to the cardboard creak. Slowly, the wind passed, and the house stood firm again. They burst out lying, the kind of flutter that comes after fear disappears. "See," Sarah said between jiggles. "Teamwork." People began to notice. A jogger slowed down. An elderly man on a bench leaned forward. A mother and her child stopped nearby, watching with curious smiles. The kids felt a strange warmth in their chests, not just pride, but the joy of being seen. Ian decided to add the final touch. He took a piece of cardboard and wrote a simple message on it with bold letters, "A small house for big dreams." He tapped it above the door. Sarah read it out loud, her voice soft, and Hamza nodded seriously, as if it were the most important sentence in the world. They stepped back together, standing shoulder to shoulder. The cardboard house wasn't perfect. The edges were rough, the drawing was messy, and the leaves already starting to dry. But it stood tall, full of effort, imagination, and shared moments. It felt alive in a way that no store-bought toy ever could. As the sun began to dip and the park filled with golden light, the children sat on the grasses in front of their creation, tired but happy. They talked about what they would build next time, about castles, spaceships, and secret hideouts. The cardboard house behind them rustled softly in the breeze, as if listening. In that simple park, with nothing more than a box and belief in each other, they had created more than a scene. They had created a memory, one that would stay with them long after the cardboard was gone.